Hey crafters, it's Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own stamps using fun foam. And I got this idea from Vanessa Bourque here on YouTube, and I'll put her link in the description box below so you can check out her video. She does it a little bit different than I do. And all I do is use regular fun foam. I think it's Michael's brand, called Crafter's Square Fun Foam Sheets, assorted colors. You can use whatever color you want because it's really not going to matter. I'm going to use white today. I've used black in the past. They both work great. Here are a couple of samples that I made. The really cool thing about this is, come on, autofocus. Autofocus. Well, it's supposed to. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you see the white specks in there? That is so cool. It just turns out that way when I used it. You can see it really well in the purple, but here's some in the red. And then here's another example of one that I made. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I basically just took a nice cutting mat underneath a piece of fun foam and then just started cutting out ideas. So say you don't have a chevron stamp or you don't have a heart stamp or anything like that that you're looking for, such as these rectangles, this, I don't know what you call that, like a harlequin kind of a stamp look. I really wanted that, and so all I did was go ahead and just cut out 4 diamonds, and I just freehanded them, but you can do whatever you want. So I did diamonds like this. I just cut them with my craft knife, and then I had a diamond. Now that one's not a perfect one, but it doesn't really matter. I cut those out of black. And then here are my 4. Now, how I got them to stick on here and be removable like this, like a clear stamp would be, is I take Aleene's Tack It Over and Over glue, add a little bit of water to it, dump it in a container like this, and then I save it. And all I do is brush this very, very, let me stress, very lightly on the back with a brush. So you dip it in and then you brush it very, very lightly and then let it dry. And it just becomes sticky like that. And then it becomes a cling stamp. So if you have a piece of acetate or anything that's not paper, of course, but anything that you can stick it to, you can save these and reuse them. So I'm going to show you on a piece of paper how I got that look. How I got the look of this one. Okay. So I stamped them together like that, and I have a couple of colors here that I want to do them in. I'm going to do Orchid Opulence and Tempting Turquoise, and these are both Stampin' Up! Classic ink pads. So I'm going to start with the purple first, and I'm going to do purple all the way down. I think I'm going to start in the middle, because that way I know that it's going to be in the middle, if that makes sense. Otherwise, if you start at the top, you don't know where you're going to end up. And I'm going to grab a piece of my scratch paper because I'm going to go off the edge there and I don't want to have to wipe my surface over and over again. And then I'm going to turn it around and do it the other way. This is such a great technique because you'll be looking at all kinds of trendy stamps going, oh, I wish I had that. And if it's a simple enough pattern, you can always just cut your own. Okay. And now I'm going to take this one on the edge. I'm going to finish off all the way to the edge here. And then flip her over and do the other side. I hope I'm in frame. It's really... Okay. And then all I do when I want to switch colors is I grab a baby wipe. And I just wipe off like I would a regular stamp. Okay, see all the purple coming off? It's so bright in here. Let me turn this one off. That's better. And then you're just going to keep wiping until not very much purple comes off. There we go. And I'm going to switch to the turquoise and I'm going to fill in the rest of it. And we'll just line up where those holes left off. And put our turquoise right in the middle there. Okay. That fills in the whole pattern. Pretty cool. My lighting is still not right, but we're going to keep going with this video because I don't want to remake it again. I'm really sorry. I'm hoping that I get the hang of this webcam, and the only way for me to do that is to just keep using it and keep playing with the settings. So we'll see how that goes. Now, that's similar to this one. The only difference is that I took this other one that I cut out, and this one I actually cut out using a die cut. I think that Vanessa mentioned that you could use a die cut to cut out your stamps. So I used just a regular little die cut and ran it through my Cuttlebug, and then got this little guy and just put him on here. And that's how I got that look of that going over the top. And I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to use StazOn for this one because I'd like it to be a pretty dark black. And I'm going to do this one just a little bit different. So let me grab another piece of paper. Here we go. I'll use this one again. I'm just going to have these kind of coming up from the bottom. Pretty cool. I like the look of that. I'm going to save that. So basically what I did was I used card bases, 4.5 or 5.5 by 4 1/4, so that when I get down to making these types of things, I can save them and put them on cards later. Now a lot of that StazOn will not come off of this one, and that is okay because when it dries, you'll still be able to put on other colors on there. So I'm going to save that one. And then this one was done the same way. I just cut out the stem. So there's the stem here. And then all of the pieces, I just hand cut the pieces out. However you want your pieces to look, you can cut them out. So these are all little stamps that I've made. And then I can change the look of it by moving the stamps around too. So the flower can look different depending on what kind of pieces you use. So experiment, make your own, cut whatever it is that you think that you'd want. I really mucked up this. I'll have to go back with some alcohol cleaner and just get that off of there. I'll do that later. So let's see what else we can make. Since I'm not completely limited to certain times, what would be another fun design? Like making your own swirly doos. I mean, how cool would that be? You wouldn't have to buy them. You could make them any way you want. This stuff cuts like butter. It's really, really easy to cut your own stamps. So there's a really cool one. You could use that for seaweed. You could use it for branches coming off. Let's try that one. So I'm going to get out my Aleene's Tack It Over and Over that I have in here. I'm going to take just a tiny, tiny bit. Just so that your brush is just a tad bit wet. And just put it on so that you can see a little bit of that shine. And that's all you need. Don't overdo it. And if you don't overdo it, it'll dry like instantaneously almost. So because I put on such a light amount, and make sure you rinse your brush really, really well in between. And don't let it sit with that glue in there, obviously. By the time I get my mess cleaned up here, that should be dry and we'll be able to use that one. And I'll do something with that. I'm just going to wipe the glue off of here. Yeah, it's really sticky already. I should have put my paper down, but I didn't think of it. And then here's my other little thing. I see people use paper towels, but I use leftover toilet paper as a drying tool. I just leave a little bit of leftover rolling toilet paper on there. Okay, so that one will probably fit on here. Actually, yeah, it will. So I'm just going to stick it on there. And let's pick a color. What color do we want those? Let's do like a couple of different greens so it kind of looks greenish. And then we'll add some flowers to it. That would be cool. I really like the color Old Olive, so that's what I'm going to use for this right now. It's one of my favorite colors of green. So where's my scrap paper? Okay. I gotta move a few things out of the way. I got too much stuff going on here. Okay, I'm going like all over the page here because I don't want it to all be the same. Okay, something like that. Now I need my baby wipe to wipe this off. In the white one you can see the color actually coming off, so if you're concerned about that, use white. And you can really tell. And then it peels off right back up. See how quick that is? Didn't even hardly have to wait for it to dry at all. Totally love that. Now I'm going to grab a stamp set so we can throw some flowers on there. Now I'm thinking pink passion. Pink passion. I love this color. Okay. This is an Amy Smythe Made It stamp set called what? I don't know. It's an Inkadinkadoo. And there is a flower on here that I like. This one right here. This one and this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on the square going to use my dirty square. And then I'm going to put the fluffy one on the other side. And then I'm going to want this piece of paper because I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to do two-tone stamping. So the one that shows the outline, I'm going to stamp full on. Okay. Meaning full color, full strength. And then the one on the other side, the fluffy full one, that one, I'm going to stamp off. And then do, fill it in. So it looks, I don't want it so dark, but I want it to be lightly pink filled in. See that? So for those of you who don't have a lot of inks, I'm going to show you how many inks you really have. Oops, I did that one dark. See how that covered it totally up? Yeah, not the look I was going for. But I can always cut this down and use it later, so definitely going to save that. And now I'm going to pull out one more piece of paper because I want to share another tip with you, as long as I have time here. So what did I say? What color did I say this one? Okay, Pink Passion. So I've got Pink Passion, and if I go full on, Pink Passion is dark. But then it could be light, and then it could also be pink. And we might be able to get one more. Very, very light. So out of this Pink Passion, I've got Pink Passion, I've got Pink Bubblegum, and I've got Light Pink, or Positively Pink. Okay? I've got 3 or 4 different colors from this one stamp set. This could be a whole nother video, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna use, let's use the Tempting Turquoise we used before. Okay? I should be doing this on a card base, because then I could totally use this later. So let's do this one with Tempting Turquoise. Is that what I said? Okay, so I've got turquoise, I've got a light blue, and I've got a cloud blue. I'm going to do Pink Passion one more time, because I want it to be on this card. It's pretty cool. So I've got Pink Passion, Pink Bubblegum, and Positively Pink. It's almost a burgundy, really, which is why I like it. I love burgundy. And then let's do it with this purple, too. It's a fun color. What color is this? Classics don't say. Oh, yeah, Orchid Opulence. They say on the top, but not on the side. So I've got straight on Orchid Opulence. Ooh, almost another pink. And then it disappears. I really think that's cool. So out of any one ink you have, you get 2 to 3 different shades, which means you actually have, out of these 3 inks, you actually have 9 different colors. You just have to use your stamping off to make that happen. So I could show you a bunch of other handmade stamps, or I could stop talking and let you go play with your own. So get yourself some fun foam. Make some of your own designs. Create some of your own background paper. Look for those trending stamps that have really simple shapes that you can make on your own. And I'll see you guys next video.